Nano Banana is absolutely crazy. This AI tool isn't just another gimmick. It's changing the way we design architecture, landscapes, cities, and even interiors. Of course, a lot of these functions can also be done with ChatGPT. So today, I'll walk you through exactly how Nano Banana works across all these fields, and we'll compare it side by side with ChatGPT. The first feature is sketch to render, probably the most common use of AI. You can take a hand sketch of your architecture, describe the atmosphere, materials, and key features, and then Nano Banana or ChatGPT will generate a full rendering for you. You can even ask it to generate a trending vibe, like showing your model placed on a computer desk. Of course, this feature isn't just for architecture. You can also use it for landscape design renderings, interior design visuals, or even to transform a hand-drawn master plan into different styles. On the other hand, we can also convert a plan into a bird's eye view or a perspective. The key here is the prompt. That's what teaches the AI to deliver exactly what you need. We can also set a point of view on the plan and ask AI to generate a perspective rendering. This works for both landscape and interior design. Or we can have it create an isometric diagram directly from the plan. On the flip side, we can convert a perspective into a plan. Now, it's not super accurate since plans need clear boundaries and scale, but it's still a fun feature to try out. The next feature is actually the one I get asked about the most in the comments. Can we get CAD from an image using AI? The answer is yes and no. With the right prompt, we can ask AI to convert an architectural rendering into clean line work, like an elevation drawing. But Nano Banana can only export as PNG, not SVG or DWG. The good news is it can also generate front and side views from a perspective rendering or even create cross-section drawings in different styles. Using the same method, we can ask Nano Banana to simplify a landscape plan into a CAD-like image. Then we can send that image to ChatGPT to convert it into an SVG or DWG file. If you know a better workflow, feel free to share it in the comments. Nano Banana can also trace a Google aerial photo into a CAD-like image. From there, we can use ChatGPT or Illustrator to convert it into a vector. And on the flip side, we can use Nano Banana to render a CAD drawing into a Photoshop-style master plan. So, how do you actually use Nano Banana? It's super simple. Just go to Google AI Studio. The very first website is the platform where you can use Nano Banana for free. I've also dropped the link in the description for you. Inside Google AI Studio, you can also switch between different AI models, like the various Gemini versions. You can check out my full list of how Nano Banana can be used for architecture, landscape, urban and interior design. I've laid out the methods, included example images, and shared the exact prompts. With my guidebook, you can simply find the function you want, copy and paste the prompt into your AI, and get similar results right away. Here's an example using a mood board to edit a rendering. Just duplicate the prompt, insert your mood board along with the interior rendering, hit enter. And Nano Banana will generate materials and furniture that match the mood board, but placed right inside your exact room. It even places the artworks in the right spot on the wall and swaps out the carpet to match the mood board. Honestly, it does a really solid job. You can also use a mood board image with more material references like wall finishes from my guidebook and combine it with an interior rendering to match the mood board vibe. The floor and wall textures get applied quickly and accurately. The same approach works for landscape design too. Just give AI a list of plant images and it will place them into your empty backyard. There are so many mind-blowing ways to use AI. For example, you can use prompts to generate a whole series of isometric diagrams with annotations that explain design functions. Or you can swap out materials or even an entire facade by combining an architectural image with a texture image and a detailed prompt. You can do the same with renderings, just like editing in Photoshop, but powered by AI. This is super useful for testing out different paving options in landscape design. Using the same method, you can swap and test the suitability of different paving materials, whether it's in a bird's eye view, a perspective, or even a plan. Photo to rendering is another really useful way to apply AI. Just give it the functions and layout you want for a renovation, and it will place the changes logically right onto your photo, whether it's a landscape, a backyard, or an architectural project. We've already talked about turning plans into 3D diagrams, but of course you can also use AI to turn a section into a 3D diagram or even a perspective, saving tons of time on modeling. You can even drop the model into an office space, like sitting on a desktop just for fun. And if you saw my last video, I shared a step-by-step tutorial on how to turn an architectural photo into a 3D model. My guidebook is always being updated with lifetime access, so if you're interested, you can find the link in the description.